This is KDKA, and joining us on our 84 Lumber Newsline, United States Congressman Tim Murphy. Congressman, good morning.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Big day for you coming up a little bit later on, and we'll talk about what's happening out at the 9/11 with the Navy. But I want to get right to what is probably the biggest story of the day, and that is the return of this Army Sergeant, Bowie Bergdahl, who at one point wrote to his parents, quote, "The U.S. Army is the biggest joke the world has to laugh at," end quote. He gets captured by the Taliban and now is the subject of an exchange with 5 Taliban fighters out of Guantanamo. What's your reaction?
Well, I'm sure there's going to be an investigation into just the reason why he was captured by the Taliban. Right now, there's a number of allegations about did he walk off base, did he have his weapon with him, did he follow the rules, but also the question of did the president really have the authority to negotiate this. Keep in mind, one of the reasons the U.S. does not want to negotiate with terrorists or people who kidnap someone is you don't know what that'll mean to the next person. And this puts other soldiers at risk when the enemy thinks if they capture our prisoners and torture them, they can get release of more detainees, who I'm sure what we'll be reading about sometime in the future is those people who were released were involved with other attacks and killings of our soldiers. So it's a pretty serious event.
Yeah, and 5 for 1 on top of that. Not that you can equate one-on-one, but still, it's shocking to a lot of people, although on the surface, we're happy to have our servicemen back, but it does leave a lot of questions to be answered.
That's true. We are happy to have him back, but look at the high level of those people that were exchanged, an assistant minister of defense and other high-level functioning folks. This is not over. On one hand, I'm sure the family's very happy and we're pleased with them and for them, but the implications of this are pretty serious, so we'll be investigating this further.
There are those on Capitol Hill who are questioning the legality of this. Did the president overstep his authority?
Well, that's a question that takes place here. We'll be reviewing that. I mean, did he have some authority in some situation here, and what was the health of this prisoner? But there is still supposed to be a notification of Congress on this, and that part, I think, will be one of the areas that I'm not sure the president can sidestep this yet. All
right. On Friday, the president, in his conference to the nation, accepting the resignation and looking for a new person to permanently take over the Veterans Administration. How did you think Friday played out?
Well, I think it was a point where Shinseki really had to resign. I'm still not satisfied with his response to Pittsburgh, nor am I satisfied with the Pittsburgh VA and their response to Legionella and this latest story about their 700-name waiting list, which they're trying to parse that and pretend it's not, but that's what it is. But what I would strongly hope for is that whoever the president puts in charge, please put someone in charge who understands how to run a health system. That's what the VA is. And we have hospitals in this country where people are given appointments to run them who are not hospital administrators, don't understand this. And I think that's one of the things that contributes to the problems. People who don't know how to monitor patient flow and wait times and appointments, and that is essential. There's people who have specialties in this, and that's who the VA ought to hire and change some of these practices from the top to the bottom.
You know, coming from a medical background, you may be in a unique position in Congress to observe this and to see how it plays out. But the question is, I mean, how much authority is Congress going to have over the decision that is made as to who's going to be the new head of the VA?
Well, Congress will have some confirmation authority, and hopefully the president is listening to members of Congress who are saying, put someone in charge, not just because they're a veteran, but someone who may be a veteran and knows how to run a system. The military has had many people who've gone through and run military medicine and understand the workings of a medical system and hospital system that deals with a lot of patients. Remember, there's 300,000 employees in the VA, and that's far more than we have even Marines in active duty in this country. So you have to know how to run something large, but you got to know how to run health care, and I hope the president listens to that.
We're talking to United States Congressman Tim Murphy. That said, we will wait and see what move he makes next. But in Pittsburgh this week, starting today, a very important week, especially for the United States Navy and our region.
It's Navy Week in Pittsburgh, and it kicks off today with the ribbon cutting for the new NOSC, the Navy Operations Support Center, which is now co-located with the 9/11 Air Base at the airport. It's pretty exciting. The old base in North Versailles was, well, literally falling down. Admiral Robin Brown, the chief of the Navy Reserve, is in town for this. It's very exciting, and I think this also will lead to more joint training between the Air Force and the Navy, the nearby Army, and looking forward to other developments there. There'll be other things happen this week. The Blue Angels flying, and we talk about those midnight submarine races on the Ohio River.
We already can see the one sub.
Oh, they're stealth. You won't be able to see them, but you can witness them.
Oh, okay.
We see the one in front of the Carnegie Science Center, the USS Raquin.
That's right. That's right. Well, but it's going to be nice. I understand the Navy band's going to be in town. There's going to be other events taking place. So Pittsburgh is one of the cities chosen for Navy Week, and we're excited about their presence.
I think people are surprised to know the Navy has a presence in Pittsburgh. We're a long way from the ocean.
Well, that's true, but there's a lot of folks on many levels in Pittsburgh who serve in the Navy, and think of Jonathan Greenert, who's the chief of the entire Navy. He's from up in Butler County, and a lot of great leaders, and a lot of Navy SEALs and other folks have come from Pittsburgh, and so we're excited that we're part of this.
Congressman, I'm not sure that a lot of Pittsburghers understand. They might know that you spent many years as a child psychologist, but that you actually, after post-election, became involved in military service.
Well, I serve in the Navy Reserve now, and I work at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, Bethesda, and it's an honor to serve there with people who are real heroes. Sadly, some of the things we work on are folks with traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder. The good news is it's a model of place where people can get good treatment and get better. And it loops back around to that issue of the Veterans Administration, that in the military, they wouldn't tolerate these sorts of things, and people's heads would roll with the problems there. And I think maybe that same discipline you see in military medical centers should be applied to the VA to say that these actions at the VA that are just quite frankly awful and enrage us to see how veterans are taken granted of, so that someone else can get a bonus or an advance. Wouldn't tolerate that in a military medical center. Let's apply those same standards here and clean this mess up.
Congressman, we appreciate you joining us. Can you hang on the line for just a second for us?
Yes.